Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Liam here, and in today's video we're doing an unbox and review of the new Fujifilm X-E5, and I have it here with the Fujifilm X-F 23mm f2.8 RWR lens. Now you can buy these two as a combination kit, or you can buy the X-E5 by itself. But before we get into all the details of this new camera, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Okay, so as I mentioned before the intro, this is the fifth in Fujifilm's X-E series of cameras. It is a very small, compact rangefinder body style that has a single SD card slot, but it does take all of the standard Fuji XF and XC lenses, so you have a wide selection of lenses to choose from when you want to capture anything with this particular camera. So let's go ahead and move to our other view, and we'll show you what's in the box. So let's go ahead and open the box and see what we have inside. So first of all, we have some paperwork with an exclusive free trial to Capture One's photo editing software. So we'll set that aside. Then underneath the flap, we have the actual X-E5 camera. And in this part here, we have a camera strap. Pretty cool one. It's one of the rope style straps. Those are nice. We have the battery. And let's see what else we have in here. And we also have a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter if you wanted to use a microphone or something else. And then underneath that tray, we don't have anything else in there. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll set that aside, and we'll put the strap aside too, because we're not going to use that, as well as the brochure for the software. So let's go ahead and get the battery out. Now this takes the exact same battery as the previous model, the X-E4. This is the standard Fujifilm, I believe it's the NPW 126S battery. So let's go ahead and get the body out here. And this is the body, of course. And as you can see, it hasn't changed a lot externally from the X-E4. It's pretty much the same design. On the back here, we have our film simulation dial, so we can select film simulations with this dial. We didn't have that on the X-E4. We have our drive delete button. We have our play button. We have our AE and L and AFL lock button. Then we have a rear command dial. On the front, we have a front command dial, and then we have the selector switch. And on the top, we have the hot shoe. We have our shutter speed and photo modes with aperture priority, bulb, shutter priority, all that good stuff. Over here we have our exposure compensation dial and our power on off switch. Now back to the back again, we have a small nubby joystick just like we had before. We have the menu OK button, and we have the display back button. Now if we turn the camera on its end, you'll see here we have our focusing mode, single, continuous, and manual. So you flip it up for fully manual focusing. If we open up this door here, we have our 3.5mm microphone jack. We have a USB-C port and a micro HDMI port for video out. And then of course we have this little cap right here, which is where underneath this is where you would plug in your PC sync cable for speed lights when you're using those. On this end, we just have the Q menu button and nothing else. And then on the bottom, we have our quarter 20. We have a Bluetooth button, which is something that's new on this model. And then, of course, we have the battery door, which is also where the memory card goes. So we're going to slip the battery in there. And we'll flip the camera back around and we'll power it on. So you can see there, I've got the camera powered on and ready to go, and I've already been using it a bit because I've had it for almost 3 weeks now. So we'll put it back in photo mode from video, And let's go ahead now and take a look at the accompanying lens. So we'll set the camera body aside. We'll bring over the lens box. This is the Fujifilm 23mm f2.8 RWR. And inside the box we have an extra cap and a micro lens hood. We have a carry bag that's padded to protect the lens. And then of course in the bottom we have the lens itself. Now this is a very small and compact, lightweight lens. It's a very nice lens to be using for something like street photography or landscapes or something like that. You can see it's a Super EBC 23mm at f2.8 RWR. Of course, it has a 39mm front filter thread, and it does have Fujinon spherical lens elements inside it. And this is a nice, well-constructed lens. It has the selector switch for your aperture if you want to set it manually or automatically. You would turn it to the A for automatic if you want to control the aperture with the command dial, or let the camera do it automatically for shutter priority mode or something like that. So this is the lens, and now we're going to go ahead and pair the two of them together so you can see for yourself how it looks. We'll go ahead and get the rear cap off there, and we will take the lens and slip it onto the camera body. And as you can see, it is a very sleek, compact setup, nice and discreet, easy to carry around for street photography or something of that sort. With it being a 23mm lens with the crop factor of 1.5, this is a 35mm full frame field of view equivalent lens, so it's absolutely perfect for street photography. As you know, that is my all-time favorite focal length to do street photography with. In my opinion, it is the king of focal lengths. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and give you the technical details for the Fujifilm X-E5 camera. It has a 40.2 megapixel sensor, and it's an APS-C X-Trans CMOS 5 HR sensor, and it also has the X Processor 5 image processing engine to power it. It's capable of 6.2K 30p video and 4K 60p, as well as full HD 1080p video at 240 frames per second. It does have 7 stops of in-body image stabilization. It has the configurable film simulation dial on the top that I mentioned earlier. It also has 425 points of autofocus, and it's AI-based subject detection in this new model. It has a 2.36 million dot 0.62 times OLED EVF in the corner here. And it is a 3-inch 3-axis touchscreen LCD on the back. So we can go ahead and see this here. We can pull it out like this, or we can bring it down like this, which can come in handy if you're shooting low to the ground or something like that, to be able to move the screen and articulate it a bit like that. It's not a fully articulating screen, but I don't really think you need it for a camera like this. And then, of course, it has a single memory card slot, which handles SD cards, SDHC, SDXC, UHS-2, which is nice, because if I remember right, my X-E4 was only UHS-1. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was. So that is an impressive upgrade on the memory card capability for this thing. And, of course, it has the standard Fujifilm X mount. So the ISO sensitivity for photos, native is 125 to 12,800 ISO, digital snowstorm basically. And you can expand it to ISO 64 to 51,200 in the extended mode, which would be a super mega snowstorm. I don't know why anybody would ever use that. For video, it has 125 to 12,800 as well. And expanded, it has 64 to 25,600 super snowstorm. So again, Why anybody would want to use a ISO setting that high is totally beyond me. Now, I did also go over all of the hardware specifics in the previous segment of the video as far as what connectivity it has. I apologize for the noisy truck with the ports on the side here. So I went over all of that data and all those details, as well as the controls on the back. Now, let's go ahead and share some sample images, and I even shot some video at a recent small car show here in Roxborough that was being held by the Hope Church over on Mill Creek Road. So let me go ahead and share that content with you now, and then we'll come back and wrap up this video. Okay, so as you were able to see for yourself, I got some really great images at that small car show over at Hope Church on Mill Creek Road here in Roxborough. And I had a lot of fun while I was there. Got the chicken dinner to go for my wife and I, thanks to our friend Jody. He was nice enough. He invited me to the car show and even gave us a couple of free tickets for free lunches, which was really nice of him. I appreciate that very much. But as you can see, I got some great images of the cars, trucks, and motorcycles that were at that small car show. And I did also shoot several clips of basically B-roll video, I guess you could call it, just walking around the car show while I was there. Now, I did not have anything with me for stabilization, so when I shot the video, it was completely handheld video shooting. And as you can see, the image stabilization worked very nicely. It kept the footage fairly smooth and fluid and nice looking, so we didn't have any issues with that. This is a truly fantastic camera and definitely worthy of the X-E name. This is one heck of a little upgrade for those of you that have the X-E2 or 3 or 4 and you've been waiting for the 5 to come out. Well, your wait is over. You can now purchase this camera. It is available on the market. Now, if you get it as the kit with the 23mm f2.8 lens, the retail price is $18.99 US. And if you get the body only, it's $16.99 US. So it's a little bit up in the price there. I think they bumped it up a bit from the X-E4, but they did add a lot of new goodies to it. The higher resolution sensor, the more powerful processor, the AI autofocus capabilities, and then with the cost of everything these days, you can kind of understand why the price went up a bit, but it is still a truly remarkable camera for that price range. And trust me, I had my X-E4 for a few years, and it was a fantastic camera. I got a lot of great images with it. Actually, when I was shooting full-time real estate photography in Atlanta as well as up here, I was using my X-E4 as my real estate photography camera just because of the fact that it was super small and compact, lightweight, yet I could put various lenses on it because it is an ILC camera, interchangeable lens camera. So I was able to swap out lenses in the field as I needed to and put my speed light on the top with the diffuser to get the proper amount of lighting in the room. And I had no issues whatsoever. My clients were always extremely happy with the quality of the images I got for them with my X-E4. And now we got the upgrade to the X-E5 with the new 40 megapixel sensor. So trust me, you're going to get great images and you're going to get great video as well. All right, that's going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch it. Please remember to subscribe down below, turn on all notifications, and I'll see you next time.